And I thought, the best place to start is going to be the most controversial place, which is Maya. Maya is a term that Adi Shankaracharya uses. It is not that it is not mentioned in the Vedic scriptures or the Puranic scriptures, but in the context of Advaita as a philosophy, it is followed in the Shankara Parampara. I'm not saying Shankaracharya started it, we don't know, right? I'm sure maybe from his guru it started, or it has gone all the way back, or it could have been started by Shankaracharya as well. That is not material here. What is material is the term Māyā is seen as an illusion. It has been a factor which has created, or which has definitely pushed people away from Advaita. Be it in the Vishishtadvaitic parampara or be it in the Dvaitic parampara, what is very clear is when a person says Maya, they look at it as that which does not exist, that which does not have an existence. So what the argument that Vishishtadvaita or Dvaita presents is, hey, you see a plant here, and how can you say this is Maya, that this doesn't exist? This doesn't talk anything wrong about Advaita, rather it just speaks to the ignorance that is being used by they are great philosophers, no doubts about it. I'm talking about people who speak on behalf of Vishishtadvaita Dvaita, giving an emphasis to Maya with this misunderstanding. So what is Maya? We will start with the etymology. Ma and Ya are the two sounds that create Maya. Pretty simple. The term Ma in Sanskrit means to measure. When I say to measure, it can also be seen as something that limits, that defines, that enables a build of something, etc. Right? So the core is Ma is used to measure, but from the measurement we can have other derivations as well. Ya is considered to be a pratyayam or a suffix. It is called as instrumental suffix, something that enables the function of, kind of a thing. That is what is an instrumental suffix. So that which limits is Māyā. A factor called as X that limits is Māyā. So we have used Ma in terms of negation as well. For example, Ma kuru, don't do. Right? So in this context, there are traditions which misunderstand Maya. Instead of using measurement, they use the negation. In Sanskrit, the term Ma is used for negation, no doubts about it. How does it work? There are two forms of negation as per the Sanskrit grammar, or as per the Sanskrit literature. One is Na, which is very commonly used, and another is Ma. The Ma is considered to be a prohibitive negation. Ma kuru means you should not do it. Right? The Na is a general negation. This does not exist. Na asti, nasti. Right? So here we don't say Ma asti, we say Na asti. So there are two forms of negation. The problem in terms of misunderstanding Maya arises from the fact that instead of applying the prohibitive negation, which is what Ma stands for, they apply it to a generalized negation for which, as per Sanskrit, it should be Na which is used. If Shankaracharya had used the term Nyaya, then what they say is correct, because it is a generalized negation. Here it is a prohibitive negation. The prohibitive negation of Maya emphasizes that it may have an appearance of existence, but when we apply a specific definition, it prohibits the existence, and hence it is Māyā. If it was a general negation that this does not exist, the flower that you are seeing, the plant that you are seeing does not exist, it's a general negation, then the right word could have been Nyaya. There is no such word, but I'm just using it to say the difference between Na and Ma. If it is a prohibitive negation, what it means is it gives an appearance of existence, but when you apply that existence to a specific rule, based on that rule, it negates it. Okay, so I tried to put it in as best and in as simple term as possible within the text of Sanskrit. I will give it to you with a colloquial way. And remember, every colloquial way can be misinterpreted, can be misunderstood. So this is not definition. The definition has already been completed. But because the definition, to understand it in a common way, is not that easy, I am using this as an example. Okay, so the definition of truth, for example, of existence, is there are three kinds of truth. That which has an existence only for myself. Now in front of me, I am seeing a mountain. It is, I am seeing it, be it in my dream or whatever it is, but I am seeing that mountain. If anyone else who is sitting with me is not able to see that mountain, so that is only visible to me. We call this as pratibhasika sat. But there is a pen in front of me. You are able to see it, I am able to see it, I am able to say that, hey, give me the pen, or you are able to say, hey, can you give me the pen? Right? So we are able to transact with it. So the existence of this pen is for both of us. This is vyavaharika sat. Beyond that, we talk about something called as paramarthika sat. A truth, an existence that spans across the time. This pen has an existence today. After 100 years, do you think it will have any existence at all? None. It will be maybe sand, it will be maybe a rock. I don't know how it gets transformed, what happens to this plastic, but it will have transformed into something else. So this doesn't exist eternally. In the Shastra, we speak of a possibility called as eternal existence. Vishishtadvaita or Dvaita, they speak of Vaikuntha, of Sri Vishnu or Sriman Narayana as eternal existence. Right? So it is not that they do not agree or they do not prescribe. How they define it could be different. But we know that there is a possibility of something existing beyond the time. And that is called as paramarthika sat. In terms of Maya, what Shankaracharya says is that which gives an appearance of existence as though it exists eternally, but when you analyze it, when you apply the rule and see, then it does not have an eternal existence, but that which exhibits itself as having an eternal existence. This is what is Maya. Now let us come to the question from the student. What is the cause of Maya? Having given this explanation, each of you can say that to even think of the cause of Maya is ignorance, is maybe a hard word because that is used a lot in, say, even in Bhagavad Gita, it is foolishness. Because there is no cause. Maya is a definition of a specific state. So there is, if somebody is trying to see a cause of Maya, then they are in the wrong path. Maya merely says, hey, if this is the way that I am defining, then this definition will not apply to this experience of existence that I am going through. When this happens, we call it as Maya. So there is no cause of existence, or there is no cause for Maya to come into being. Alternately, we can say that the cause of Maya is ignorance, that I am not able to see and differentiate between the three types of truth. If I am able to see three types of truth, then Maya means a little different to me. If you are not able to see the three types of truth, the Maya could mean different to you. That doesn't mean Maya is wrong. That doesn't mean this is bad. It is just that we cannot attribute a cause, nimittam, that cannot be attributed to Maya. Maya is a definition of a specific experience one has. I hope this addresses the first question, which is, what is the cause of Maya? A simple answer, Maya is an experience of one who is seeing something. And when this application of truth to what has been experienced is not properly applied, then it is Maya. Or if it is properly applied, then that which shows itself as existence, but that which does not have an existence, is Maya. I hope I have been able to make this as clear as possible. But I'll be happy to take up any, discussion-based approach in trying to define it, in trying to understand it, in trying to see what are all the possible ways it can be misinterpreted, and address this as a clarification to the world. So more than happy for any further discussion, but let us move on to the next.